Welcome to Spotlight 814. I'm your host, Ryan Dolly, and I have two very special guests today. My co-host, Brenna, is not here. She's a very, very busy person. She's leaving for school next week, so she's going to be gone for like 2 months, and this is going to be me. So I am here with two of the stars of Guys and Dolls at the Erie Playhouse. I am with Leah Johnson, who's playing Miss Adelaide.
Hello.
Hello. And I am also with Rachel Freenock, who is playing Sarah Brown.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Guys and Dolls is running at the Erie Playhouse through June 30th. You guys just opened last night.
We did.
How'd it go?
Amazing.
It was so much fun after a Fugue for Tin Horns, which is the first opportunity for the audience to kind of respond. It just exploded.
Yeah, you need the audience. You know what I mean? Like, you go through all the rehearsals and you're like, okay, we need an audience now.
Yeah, we definitely reached that point in the rehearsal process where we were like, okay, it's time for the audience. We need to hear the laughter. We need to hear the engagement. Yeah. And last night's audience did not disappoint, and it fed the energy and just was great.
Yeah.
So...
Do you guys have a decent house?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I don't know what the actual number was.
I don't either. I mean, it was definitely. I think the floor was full, and
up into the balcony a little bit.
That's good.
So yeah,
that's great. Yeah,
premiere weekend. I mean, it's great. So
I'm really hoping to see it. I'm like swamped with life right now.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna try my hardest. Do you guys have any Thursday shows?
We do.
The last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I should be able to make that then.
Yeah. Next weekend's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the following weekend's Thursday through Sunday.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So Guys and Dolls, everybody knows it. It's Frank Lesser wrote the music and lyrics. Joe Swerling and Abe Burrows did the book, and it's based on two short stories actually. The Idol of Miss Sarah Brown and Blood Pressure by Damon Runyon.
Does that mean I'm the blood pressure part?
You're the blood pressure. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about the rehearsal process. Like, when did you guys start? Like, was it fun? Did you have a good time?
So it was a little different for us. Our rehearsal process was, we auditioned in May?
April. It was right after the Phil concert.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Right after the Philharmonic concert. So we auditioned in middle of April, started rehearsing off and on a little bit through May. And then as we get closer, obviously there was more rehearsals. But I'll let Rachel share why it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
It was definitely a little bit different for me. So I always like to say I'm local-ish. Yeah. So I spent 4 years in Erie from 2013 to 2017 and 2-3 seasons with the Playhouse, had a really great experience. But then we moved to State College and then to Kingston. And then 2 years ago, we relocated to Cleveland, which we spend quite a bit of time running up to Erie since it's such a quick jaunt. So I've been able to do the Erie Phil concert, maintain some of these great relationships. And, I did not audition for the show because it's a lot to ask, right, of my family and, all of these things. And I was so excited to come to support the show with my great friends. And Patrick Thiem and Kate Thiem were starring as Sarah and Sky. And we had already talked about coming up for a weekend and being super, super excited. And then Patrick had, a medical situation that caused him and Kate to have to step away. And I'm just so truly honored that they trusted me enough to say, hey, Almy, Rachel might be interested. And Almy, was like, I've worked with Rachel in the past. And so they trusted me to come in very late in the rehearsal process.
She's a real superstar.
Yeah.
So I had 2 rehearsals before I went on vacation for a week and then jumped in and we started running the show. So it was definitely different for Jason and I. But because we had the incredible support of Leah and Ken, who just made so many accommodations to make sure that, we had the time needed to feel comfortable, and the amazing cast and director and music directors, it has really come together quite nicely.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of community theater, Like, somebody goes down and somebody's always there
right there to pick you up. Yeah.
And that's awesome. It's so hard to do that, to step in that late in the process.
And Rachel stepped in like already memorized, ready to go, and she didn't miss a beat. So
That's great.
Well, love this show, and familiar with this show. It's something that I think Leah both and I have had throughout our childhood. So, knew the lyrics, knew the story. So it made it a little easier to digest. But I was in Seattle on vacation, earbud in, hiking, listening to all of the songs over and over and over and over, just to make sure that all the mechanics were there so that I could step in and start to be present and start to play.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about the cast. Like, who else is in it? I know it's like a powerhouse cast.
Yeah,
of Playhouse,
absolutely. So opposite me is Ken Falkenhagen, who's playing Nathan Detroit, and he is absolutely brilliant. I have the chance to work with Ken every year for the Meadville Feast, and so we have worked a lot with each other. He likes to refer to himself as the cicada of the Erie Playhouse. He comes out every 10 years. And so the last show that he did at the Playhouse was Young Frankenstein, and actually we were opposite each other in that also.
Okay.
And so it's been wonderful working with him, as always. And then Jason Lauerengren is Sky Masterson, who is phenomenal and just brings such charm to Sky. And it's so neat to work with the two of them, because they're such great actors, and it's neat to bounce ideas off of them. Who else do we have?
Casey Conrad Medvis is Benny, and he is absolutely adorable
So
and
funny.
hilarious.
Seth Howell, yes, making his Playhouse debut as Rusty Charlie. So he's one of those first three guys that sings the amazing opening number. Joel Natali.
Yes.
Oh, Joel, yeah.
Oh my gosh, making his debut at, what did they say, 62 years old.
Yeah, that's great.
So he is Nicely Johnson, and it's fantastic. We also get to work with Richard Davis and Jerry Gill, which is wonderful to work with them. We obviously are on stage a lot with Jerry and other things around town and whatnot, but to have Richard be in the cast with us rather than directing us is a neat experience too.
And we've got a ton of great ensemble members as your hot box girls,
gosh,
who
they're
are
amazing.
absolutely delightful. Our gangsters and crap shooters are hilarious. So it's a great group of people. We've talked about how just, supportive and collaborative everyone has been.
Yeah.
It seems like a really tight cast.
It is. It is. It's been a lot of fun working with all of them. And there's, six
debuts.
Six debuts in
that's
this
great.
one. And it's nice because there's a very wide variety of age ranges too. I mean, we've got some of the late teens, and then we go all the way up to the not so late teens.
Yeah.
And but it's nice. So seeing some of these younger kids doing the golden age musicals and the book musicals is really nice, because I know that the draw often is to go towards those more modern shows, and
Right.
it's nice to have younger folk interested in it.
It's good that the Playhouse they put together a good balance of shows this year, like the modern shows and the classics.
Yep.
And it's good. All right, so I'm going to start with Rachel. What's your favorite part of the show?
I'll say it because she's here. No, I love. No, truly though, there are so many moments, but one of my favorites is "Marry the Man Today," where the two girls come together. So, like you said, it's based on two short stories. So we're basically doing two different shows.
Yeah.
Our characters do not cross paths. These worlds don't necessarily connect in that way till the very, very end. And we have so much fun. We hug at the end of our song, and then the lights go out and we hug again because we just get so excited. That's definitely one of my favorites. And I think I've never been in love before. The culmination and just the singing with Jason in that moment is just so cool. And he sounds amazing. And it's just such a, epic kind of moment that I really love that one.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And Leah, how about you?
Our song is definitely a lot of fun. Rachel and I joke that when the show starts, all right, I'll see you in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because we literally do not cross paths. When I'm on stage, she's not. When she's on stage, I'm not.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting play with that in mind. But my other favorite moment is definitely when Ken and I do the Sue Me song.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Adelaide is just fed up and done in her Adelaide way.
Yep.
And he's trying to convince her that they can still be engaged. And even though it's been 14 years of engagement, like, we can still make this work. And but I love like the push and pull of that number of like, I'm so mad at you, but oh yeah, you're Nathan, and oh no, I'm mad at you. And so that back and forth, and to banter off of Ken is so easy, and it's just a lot of fun. Ken was saying last night, like, I wish there was 6 more verses to that song. And I was thinking to myself, like, yes, but boy, those words are a lot and they're fast. So let's not do that. But
let's not add 6 more verses.
No.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. So I have a fun fact about the show. This is usually Brenna's thing. Like, it's fun facts with Brenna. I made a little
jingle.
ditty for it. So the movie came out on November 3rd of 1955, starring Marlon Brando as Sky and Frank Sinatra as Nathan Detroit. And around that time, Stephen Sondheim was writing film reviews for Films in Review. And he was like 25 when he was doing that. And he reviewed the film of Guys and Dolls and said, Sinatra ambles through his role as Nathan Detroit as though he were about to laugh at the jokes in the script. He has none of the sob in the voice and the incipient ulcer in the stomach that the part requires, and Sam Levine supplied so hilariously on the stage. Sinatra sings on pitch, but colorlessly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he did not like Frank Sinatra.
No.
That's so funny. Well, Frank Sinatra didn't want to play that role.
Okay.
So it's part of it is he was very put out that Marlon Brando got Sky, and he wanted Sky.
He wanted Sky, all right.
And he very memorably, I guess is the word, spoke to the director, because when he sang the song Adelaide, which is in the movie, not in the stage show, he told him, I'm going to sing it like I sing it. And he very much was going to sing it as a crooner because he wanted that opportunity to sing that ballady, smooth, charming. So I think that came out. I think he was delightful. I love that movie. I think they were both charming in their own way.
I thought so too.
But
yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I've never seen that movie.
We're going to watch it while we make cookies today.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I've seen it many, many times.
I want cookies.
Seen it performed, but I've never actually seen the movie.
We're going to watch it.
I'm a little surprised that Sinatra didn't try to have Sondheim whacked. You know?
Yeah.
You don't talk about Frank like that.
No, and I wonder too how much of that is, I mean, obviously Frank Sinatra is Frank Sinatra. I wonder how much of that is like Stephen Sondheim, more of the stage person versus the film person versus what he sees differently in those situations.
Yeah, well, it's all comparison to Levine, who originated the role.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I don't like him. Yeah, he ended it with Sinatra's lackadaisical performance, his careless and left-handed attempt at characterization not only harmed the picture immeasurably, but indicate an alarming lack of professionality.
Wow, man, he really did not like him.
He did not mince his words.
Yeah, not at all. All right, so is there anything else you want to share about the show, like about the process, about anything?
I guess for me, this one is very special. The last time the Playhouse did it was in 1999.
Okay.
And I was actually fortunate enough to be in the ensemble of that one.
Okay.
And so I was able to watch Carla Arnone as Sarah Brown. I was able to watch Linda Kemp as Adelaide.
I love Linda.
I know and every night I would sit in the little like back row of the hot box as like a hot box audience member, and I would say like, oh man, someday I would love to do that part. And
here you are.
Here I am. Yeah, I walked into costume fittings, and Ryan Ingram, who did the costumes for the show, which by the way are spectacular.
Ryan is fantastic at
oh
his
my
job.
gosh,
great job.
Fantastic.
He is wonderful, and his attention to detail is impeccable, and it is just, he does such a great job. But I walked into costume fitting and I saw the purple robe hanging, and it was like, you know that you are in a good place when you get to wear the purple robe.
Yeah.
So it was really great. But yeah, watching the show, I mean, it was my first David Matthews show when David was directing. So that was special in and of itself. But then being able to like come around and do it again this time. And it was neat because we were talking with Ken and Jason the other day and saying like, okay, so I was like the kids in the cast now, like who amongst the cast is going to be the next Sarah or Adelaide or Nathan or Sky. And so it's kind of neat to think about that generationally for the next time it resurfaces.
Yeah, you're right. That's really cool.
Yeah. I think the thing that we've talked a lot about is this show is special to all of us for so many different reasons. Like we've got people who are coming back after time away, or we've got like the dream roles, or we've got, but this show is so cool because we talked about how we've seen it at different points in our lives, and it doesn't matter. Like as a kid, I saw it and I enjoyed the humor. I didn't get it all.
Right.
But it was still so entertaining, and the songs were so beautiful or fun, or the variety of characters that even as a 5, 6, 7-year-old kid watching the movie, I was entertained.
Yeah.
And then I revisit it, in high school, and I'm like, ooh, these characters are, you see it a little bit different. But it's such a good show. It is so well written, and everyone can enjoy this piece of musical theater. It is timeless.
Yeah.
We've talked about how, we didn't need to make any changes to this show.
Yeah, there's no line alterations that needed to happen.
Yeah, great.
It's just
It's
quality.
a fun show with great music, great book, it's entertaining. It's fun. There's just so much variety. Our orchestra, led by Devin Yates, is
incredible.
Fantastic. It's just got all the pieces. It's that true musical theater, big costumes, big drops, big colors, big, all of these things. And it comes together so nicely.
That's great. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Who all is in the orchestra? Do you know? I mean, you don't have to name everybody because I know it's probably a huge orchestra.
16-person orchestra.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Devin is conducting and playing the piano. I apologize right now. I don't know everybody's names
and
yet, but
you don't have it in
There's a
front of you.
trumpet
It's-
player. It looks familiar.
Yes, there happens to be 2 trumpet players that are very familiar. Bruce Yates is playing trumpet, and then my husband is actually playing trumpet also.
Your whole family is involved
They
this
are.
time, which is
They are.
pretty special.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've got my daughters backstage doing stage crew with us.
Nice. We have one of them in the studio right now.
Yes. So it's pretty great. Addie just turned 13, and she's doing her first stage crew experience with this, which is always something that as a performer, it's important to know all aspects of that. So that's fun. And then Millie's 9, but our wonderful stage manager, Julie Lokahi, has done a great job of still finding little things for her to do. So she feels like she's contributing, and then she helps me with costume changes and whatnot too. So that's fun. Who else is in the orchestra?
Jim Griffey.
Jim Griffey on drums.
Yep.
I want to say what did he say? It was
482 shows.
He's a staple.
He sure is. He's
Jim
he's down there.
Kipp.
Jim Kipp is on bass. Lisdell Collado is down there. Jerry Anderson and Roger Brummagen on trombone. We have one of our McDowell students is playing one of the read books, Gianna Idaluca. Mo Ferrara on violin.
Yes. Trying to picture who's downstairs.
That's.
But a great variety, and the time and
actually 3 new orchestra members also.
Great.
So it's
That's
great.
great.
Devin's doing a really great job of bringing in a lot of great talent, and they're solid.
Yeah. Devin always does a great job. She's music directing Jersey Boys right now out in Meadville, and we love her. We love working with her, and she gets those harmonies tight.
She sure does. She sure does. It is.
the opening of Luck Be a Lady is not in unison. Is what we've heard.
Wow.
she keeps fixing them. So.
That's good. That's
But
good.
yeah, no, she is incredible, and I mean you can hear it both in the vocals of the show and in the orchestra, which is amazing. That as somebody that does not play an instrument other than just to plunk around on a piano a little bit, like the fact that she can sing, she can play the piano, she can conduct an orchestra, she can pull all these people together, is a true talent.
Yeah.
So.
No, the Playhouse did the right thing by hiring her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're gonna get back to that in a little bit. Talk a little bit about that when we go live if you guys are okay with going live on Facebook, we're going to do our What's on 814 segment after our break. We're going to talk a little bit about Broadway and Erie. Just announced their 2024-2025 season. Addie is very excited. Dear Evan Hansen, starting the season in October. That's October 15th and 16th. Have you guys seen Dear Evan Hansen?
I have not. No.
I have not either.
I did.
I've seen clips, performed in different places, and we listen to the album all the time.
Yeah.
But we didn't see it.
We did see it in New York a couple of years ago. We were living near Scranton, so we were about 2 hours from New York City. So right before we moved to Cleveland, we made one final trip into the city, and that was one that Michael had really, really wanted to see. So we saw Dear Evan Hansen in February of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Very
excited
anxious to see that one.
Yeah. Pretty Woman is coming. That's going to be January 8th through 9th.
I don't know much about that one other than the our Amazon Alexa play Broadway music of today that we do every now and then. There's one song that the Julia Roberts character comes out and sing that's beautiful.
Is it? I haven't heard any of the music.
But any of the other music I've heard, it just kind of goes by. But that one song sticks out.
Okay. So. Pretty Woman. The Cher Show is coming in February 25th
Cher.
and 26th.
Iconic.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, that show looks terrible.
Yeah, I mean, Cher is Cher. I mean, it's great. I don't know that that's one that I'm gonna rush out to go and see either.
Yeah, same.
But
I mean, I'll go. But
yeah,
I'll support them all because what we do is we have a partnership with Broadway and Erie.
Nice.
And we interview cast members.
Oh, fun.
Like a few days before they come in. And
that's great.
We get to know them a little bit and then go out and see the show and then meet up with them at the stage door, and it's really cool.
I would have loved to see Stephanie J. Block in the role, and I think that's probably what's most impressive about those types of things is the transformation in those roles. When you're emulating a real person.
Right.
Yes.
And they have three people playing her.
Yes.
And to not only have three people trying to do one person, but
to be cohesive.
To be cohesive with each other. And she is not an easy person to emulate.
No.
She's not just a normal person that you can try to have a voice or something. Like it's the look, it's the move, it's everything.
And I know I'm not super excited for it, but I know a lot a lot of people will be.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I'm not a huge Cher fan.
I've heard that in concert she is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And a brilliant show person, and so
yeah. And then the Addams Family is coming March 17th.
Love
18th.
the Addams
Yes.
Family. Love the Addams Family. We actually did that with our high school kids a few years ago, and it was one of the shows that we put on the McDowell season, and we only did it because the kids wanted to do it. We were kind of like, meh. Ended up being
so
one
good.
of my favorite shows that we've ever done.
It is so funny.
I remember seeing it. I actually think the first time I saw it was at the Academy a few years ago.
And Julia Kemp played Wednesday Addams.
Yes.
And
Incredible,
she was
Julia
phenomenal.
is.
She was. And it was funny because I knew people and, was involved in all that good stuff. But I didn't have a strong history with the Addams Family or anything like that, and walked in and was completely entertained. And it was such a memorable show.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Now, do you know the same people that did Shrek, correct, did Addams Family, I believe. And I know that the most recent Shrek that came in was very different than our normal Shrek.
It'll be interesting to see what they do.
So I don't know if it has changed
I don't know.
along the way anyway.
I wasn't a big fan of the changes that they made
For Shrek.
for Shrek.
Yeah, I did not see it, but having talked to people that did see it, I love the original.
Yeah.
And even some of the changes that they made when it went from Broadway to being available for community theaters, I didn't love some of those changes, let alone like Farquaad. Come on.
My favorite part of the night though was after the show when we were waiting back to meet the guy that played Shrek, who we interviewed. A lady had parked her car in the loading zone, and she thought her car got stolen.
Oh, no.
And she went up to like security and stuff, and she's like, I can't find my car. I don't know where it is. And they're like, where'd you park? Right there. Oh, well, it got towed. And, and
Whoopsies.
she was wearing green Crocs and had like a Shrek mask or something. And like
A big Shrekky.
a grown ass woman.
Right.
And she had to walk all the way from the Warner to like 13th and Raspberry.
Oh,
to get her out of the
geez.
Car. Oh my gosh.
like walking all the way through town in Shrek attire, and I was laughing really hard. And then closing out the season is Ain't Too Proud, which looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. So
Yeah,
that's gonna be
another one I don't know a ton about.
I don't
yeah,
either.
It's
no.
it's all about the Temptations. It's kind of like the Jersey Boys,
but for the Temptations, yeah.
It's how they got their start, and it's a jukebox musical, and it's gonna be
Tell
fantastic.
you what, I really like the jukebox musicals.
I'm a fan.
I do too.
Yeah, they
Not
are.
a lot, not everybody loves them.
No, but I would agree. I think we just went and saw Anne Juliet up in
Okay.
New York in January, and they did such a good job of tying the songs into the show.
Yeah.
And I love when the music moves the story,
And- yeah.
and it's neat to see those jukebox songs
Yeah.
be able to do that.
Yep.
Yep. My favorite jukebox musical right now is Rock of Ages,
Yes,
and the
So good.
Academy's doing that next season. I'm
nice.
pumped.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna take our Warner Books coffee break, and then we're gonna be right back. We're gonna do our What's on 814, and we'll talk a little bit more about Guys and Dolls.
Sounds great.
So we'll be right back. Multitasking is not my thing. Welcome back from our Warner Books coffee break. I'm drinking a new one. It's a salted caramel cold brew
Ooh.
with a little salted caramel foam. It's pretty good.
Say no more.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
know
big
where
fan.
We're going next.
Big
Yes,
fan.
exactly.
Yeah, Warner Books is our sponsor, and they are fantastic. We love them, and they keep us going. So, I am in the studio with Leah Johnson and Rachel Freenock, and they are in Guys and Dolls right now at the Erie Playhouse. We're going to talk about Guys and Dolls in a second, but we're going to do our What's on 814. And I'm just going to go ahead and read through all this.
Okay.
The 77th Annual Tony Awards Watch Party at Gandon University Schuster Theater. That's at 7 o'clock on Sunday. They have red carpet attire, optional. Photo opportunities. Free popcorn, BYOB, and snacks. And pre-shows at 7. Show starts at 8. And the event is free and open to the public.
Nice.
So-
That's awesome.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, the Tony Awards is always a good time.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
it's supposed to be a ton of performances this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
From 8
There's 8. Hey.
in her curlers. Sorry.
Nice curlers. All right.
She's ready for dance.
Dance recital.
Yeah. It is the final weekend of Getting Out at PACA. You should definitely get out and see that. It is a gut-wrenching story. We saw it last week, and it's fantastic. So go check that out. Alice by Heart is running at Drama Shop through June 30th. Tickets are going fast, so get them now. Gannett Schuster Theater, Shakespeare in the Park. They are doing 12th Night, and that's July 14th through the 17th. Station Dinner Theater is doing The Wild Women of Wynedale through June 22nd. Footlights is doing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and that'll be July 24th to the 26th at Strong Vincent Middle School. And hey, the Erie Playhouse, what are you guys doing?
We're doing Guys and Dolls.
Yeah. And when does that run?
It runs through June 30th. So we'll be there again tonight, and then we'll be there next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the last weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sundays are matinees at 2:30, so lots of variety. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Don't come at 2:30. You'll miss the opening. Yeah, lots of varieties, dates, and times. So come check us out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait to see that. Devin's watching. Hi, Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Devin.
We love you.
And Now we're going to go out to Franklin. Barrow Civic Theater is doing SpongeBob the Musical. That's June 21st to the 30th. Meadville Community Theater is doing Chaos at the Wedding, which is an original musical. And that will be June 21st to the 23rd, so just one weekend for that. And speaking of Devon, the Academy Theater is doing Jersey Boys.
And speaking of Ryan.
And speaking of me, I am Joe Pesci, and I get to say the F word a lot. And then I leave. And we are running July 12th through August 4th. So that is our What's on 814. Ladies, I want you to give one final pitch to have people come out and see Guys and Dolls.
I am going to say, come out and have a good time and come see Leah and Ken. Just bring to life all of the fun and drama that comes with a 14-year relationship.
Aw, you're so sweet, Rachel. We joke around that like they're all sick of Adelaide because she can be a little annoying.
Well, she's not annoying at all. She's hilarious.
Well,
Yeah.
Adelaide walks off stage and goes, God, she's annoying all the time. So, no, it is, if you're looking to have a lot of nostalgia for music that you have heard in the past and that you know, if you're looking to laugh, if you're looking to have like some of those heartfelt moments, it has it all. So come and see us.
Awesome. And Addie, give us your pitch.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And me last night, I wasn't there the entire time. I was only there the last like 20 minutes of it. And just seeing it from the audience's perspective is like really cool. And it's really fun. It's just really nice.
Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap it up for Spotlight 814. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I am actually going to take a little break next week because Brenna's not here. She's going away for school, and I'm going to be at the Emmy Awards in Cleveland.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we are up for 18 Emmys.
Oh
for
my
Chronicles.
gosh. Congratulations.
So thank you. Thank you. So I'll be in Cleveland for the weekend and get back to this in a couple weeks. So
Awesome.
we love you guys, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.